This is another episode on the Basic Thoughtnomics YouTube channel. For this episode, have on a really good guest. Very much looking forward to this. He's a pitcher at Georgia Tech, son of MLB All-Star and World Series champion Marquis Grissom. He is Marquis Grissom Jr. Marquis, thanks very much for coming on. How you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. So looking forward to this a lot. So how's life? How's things at Georgia Tech?
Pretty good. Just keeping the academics first. Really, just staying in the classroom and focus on the workouts and practice every day. Just doing those same things every day to get ready for the season. About
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I hear you. Just growing up with your dad as being an MLB All-Star, was it baseball like right away? Did he push that on you? Did you know this is what I want to do? Did you play other sports growing up? Uh, what went into that? Your thought process growing up?
Yeah. So yeah, baseball has been around all my life. It's just I remember when I first grew up, I knew I loved the sport. So my older brothers played it. I had two older brothers that loved baseball and was going to college for it at the time. So just even when I was a young age, my dad took me in the locker room. I met some greats like Barry Bonds and people like that, just being in that locker room. And my dad mostly played like before I was born. So
Yeah,
he played like 4 years after I was born. So I seen like the back end of his career, just seeing like the way he prepared himself. I don't remember too much because I was so young, but yeah, just being in there. I remember Barry Bonds used to beat me up all the
that's sick.
time, bully me, stuff like that. And just yeah, baseball has been in my life the whole time. I did play basketball. I would say basketball was my first love. Probably going up to like around 13. And but just yeah, baseball, I remember I slammed my hand in the car door, my thumb almost came all the way off.
Oh shit.
And I wasn't even crying. I was like 3 years old at the time. I didn't cry. And then we passed the San Francisco field, and my brothers were out there playing. And then that's when I started crying because I wanted to go play baseball with them. So yeah, I knew I loved it since then. It's just been a growing aspiration for baseball.
Right. At what point did you start getting noticed as a kid playing? Like start getting recognized by colleges? At what age did you feel you were starting to get taken seriously that you
Mhm.
could make something of this?
Yeah, I think 10th grade. 10th grade is when I started like realizing like, if this is what you want to do, you gotta go grab it. It's just like I started hitting growth spurts. Started actually, I wasn't a pitcher until around that time. I was honestly just hitting all the time. I haven't thrown over 30 innings in my whole career in high school.
Oh shit.
So it's just yeah, I was always a hitter first, but then we needed pitching on our team. We never had any pitching, so I was trying it out. And then once I started seeing that I had a chance in it, I just started taking that more seriously and started growing from there. Just really 10th grade when I was 15, and just growing from that point on.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was wanting to ask how you went into pitching because your dad being an all-star outfielder. I was like, how'd you get into pitching? But what was that transition like? Were you a natural at it? Did you have to work a little harder? Like,
Mhm.
do you throw? How hard do you throw?
About low to mid 90s.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So I remember I was 10 years old, and my dad was just holding up the glove, and I was just hitting the spot every time. And he was like, "You're probably gonna be a really good pitcher growing up." And then I didn't believe it. I wanted to play every day. So, and I knew I couldn't pitch every day. So I loved playing outfield, infield, anywhere. I even caught sometimes just to play every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, like 15, we had a stacked team, stack 18 and under team, and I was 15. So I just wanted to play. So I was like, well, if the only way I could get on the field is pitching, I'll pitch. So then I started growing from then, and now here we are. So yeah.
And so, as far as the goal is to get drafted, get to the big leagues, have a long, prosperous career. That's what's in your sights.
Yes, sir. Just giving it my ability, giving my 100% every day. Just whenever my career ends, I just want to know that I gave it my all. So just make sure that I do something to get a little better every day. So
There you go.
that's my goal.
Right. Um, as far as, are you starter or reliever?
I'm a starter.
Oh, okay. I wanted to talk to you about this because we've seen the trend in baseball nowadays. The starting pitcher has the value isn't there as highly because managers are always going to the bullpen. But I'm hoping you coming up, you have a good career. I'm hoping you can defy that. Do you want to be that guy that could go deep into games like the Max Scherzer type, the Verlander,
I do
the
that.
Garrett Cole?
Those are all the people I look up to. So yeah, of course, I definitely want to be up there, just working hard, just watching them pitch, how they handle themselves every day. It's just I even see sometimes I went to the game and seen like what Max Scherzer did in the dugout, just see how he handled himself.
Right.
You see him pitch the next day. I seen him pitch at the NLCS like a couple of days ago. So yeah, it was just like just the way he handles himself on the mound and just his perception on everybody. So it's really, yeah, I would love to be a starter in the future. So but
As
yeah.
as far as like injuries, we've seen a lot starting pitchers are they're getting injured like crazy. They're getting Tommy John's, elbow, arm surgeries. Are you cognizant of that? Do you think about what can I do going forward to ensure maybe that doesn't happen to me? Do you think about that? Maybe mechanics and how you can
Yeah,
avoid that?
yeah, I have, yeah, I go to my coaches for mechanic stuff, just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I do little little workouts to probably get the arm stronger, make sure like I have no like weak little areas because it's always those little muscles, those little muscles mess up, then it can mess up a lot of other things. And then I had an injury last year, and it just was, and if I would have continued to play with that injury, it could have messed up my arm. It could have been a lot of things. It's like it can be continuous. So
Right.
just make sure I get the right amount of sleep, eating right, just doing the things I can because it's like you really can't control the injury. So just trying to do the things I can to keep me in the best shape.
Yeah. No, I totally respect that. When you watch the game today and maybe you see the starting pitcher, I don't know, like getting taken out of the fourth inning, third inning. What are your thoughts on that? Because when I grew up, the starting pitchers, it's like they had more responsibility, they were relied on more, and nowadays, even if a guy's rolling, if the first time he gets into trouble, going through the third time through the order, manager takes him out. You get
Yeah,
disappointed by that? Would you like to see them go deeper into the game?
I see sometimes I just feel like it's unnecessary sometimes, but like yeah, they don't like to see starting pitchers go that much on the third time around the
Right,
line.
that's the big thing. The third time through
Um,
the order.
no matter how good they do. Yeah, I seen a team do it like probably like a week or two ago. Just like he was cruising, no run scored, 5 innings in, and then they took him out for a pinch hitter, and then they gave up 3 runs the next inning.
Yeah, it was it the Braves Brewers
Yeah.
game? I
Uh-huh.
think that guy Freddie Peralta.
Yeah, he was dealing. So
Yeah,
yeah, I feel like the managers know what they're doing. They're making the right decision. They're probably taking care of Freddie. So I
no,
mean,
I don't know. I disagree
yeah,
with that.
yeah. I wouldn't know. So it's just they probably they probably had their own thing. They might have talks. I mean, he pitched a couple days before that, so he probably was on pitch count, stuff like that. So
Right. Do you
yeah.
kind of feel? What do you think about like the new numbers in baseball, like the analytics, uh, pitch counts, things like that? Are you into that, or what are your
Um
thoughts?
yeah, the analytics like spin rate and
Right.
I'm actually a little behind on it. I actually don't know what all it all means yet. I'm actually learning now because I didn't realize how much that took into baseball now. Because growing up, that wasn't much of anything
Right.
really.
Right.
So
Only
yeah,
like in the last 5, 10 years, it's really
yeah.
gotten bigger.
My pitching coach here, he's big on that. Like he knows everything. He knows all around it. So I work with him to just help me learn, like, how does this work? If I do this, what would happen? Like your axis, your arm, where it is on the clock, where you would like to, where you keep your arm slot in, stuff like that. And yeah, pitch count is just like, I feel like it's just a thing to try to keep everybody healthy, honestly. I mean, sometimes it might feel like, not maybe, just like you feel like you can do more, but it's probably saving you. Little do you know. So I mean, I can't argue with that if I'm staying healthy.
Right. I just think about it like years ago, even before mine and your time in the 60s, 70s, 80s, guys were throwing complete games like it was nothing. That was the norm
Yeah,
back then.
easy, yeah.
Yeah. And they weren't getting hurt. And now, not nowadays, guys are pitching less and they're getting hurt more. So I'm just,
Yeah, I mean, it could be a lot of things. I don't know. It's just like, and there's a lot of more flamethrowers than back in the day. So yeah, it's probably just stuff that a body can't take on a natural basis so anymore. So
well, it sounds like you being maybe low 90s, that could benefit you. Like you're not throwing max, like crazy effort the time, like every time, like the Grom's throwing 100 every pitch. Maybe that,
yeah, I mean, yeah, you just never know with injury. So I just do my ability to just try to stay healthy.
right.
Uh,
I get it, man. As far as like going back to you growing up, um, did your dad push you a lot to like be the best you can and to, really get involved? Did you have a lot of that motivation internally? With a combination of both?
Yeah, a little combination of both. He liked to let me do what I wanted to do, but he was just, because he know I loved basketball, and I loved baseball as much, but just not as much as basketball. So he knew, he worked with me with basketball more than baseball at the time. Just like whatever I wanted to do, he just wanted me to be good at it. So just wanted me to keep working. Like, even though I was tired of hearing it, I knew I was going to appreciate him at the end of the day, like I do now. It's just he could have quit on me. Like, anytime we could have argued, just, normal son father stuff, just like tired of hearing the same stuff, and then I get agitated or something, but we always work it out. It's just like, so I always appreciate him for just staying with me and trusting my process, and him helping me throughout my whole life.
No, that's awesome, man. It's great that you have that support, and it sounds like he's gonna stick with you, no matter what. As far as you growing up, did you grow up in Atlanta too, like the Georgia area?
Yeah, I was born in LA. Moved to San Fran when he played with the Giants. He retired with the Cubs, I believe, but that was his last Giants year in 2005. So we came to Atlanta after that. He was born and raised in Atlanta, so basically most of our family lives in Atlanta.
Oh, okay. And that works. I mean, he played a good chunk of his career there. I probably had his
Mm.
best years there. So are you a Braves fan?
I am, but I'm also a Dodgers fan first.
Oh man,
I'm
so
a, I'm a Braves fan. I'm a Braves fan second, but I would rather. Nah, actually, yeah, I'm a Braves fan second. So it's just like, just Dodgers fan. Like, that's all I knew growing up. And I had my first birthday at Dodger Stadium. So it's just like, it's all I knew.
right.
And I always loved the Braves, since just going to all the games and stuff like that. Like, I mean, and if I had to choose who would beat the Dodgers on any day, it would have to be the Braves. I wouldn't want nobody else to beat them. So yeah,
I was
just watching the NLCS now, and it's two of my favorite teams. Like, I can't even argue.
right. Either way,
It doesn't even matter to me. It's just, I hope whoever wins that series goes and wins the World Series, because that's cool with me.
right. Yeah, so it sounds like either way, you're gonna be happy with the outcome. But
Absolutely.
I'm. What do you think of the Astros, though? Are you down on on them with the whole cheating scandal? Because I'm actually rooting for them because I like Dusty Baker. I want to see it.
Yeah, Dusty Baker's a good guy. Yeah,
Have you met
but
him?
no, I haven't.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of his press conferences and stuff like that. and
Right.
I like the way he coaches. But yeah, the Astros. I think the Astros will have like really good players. I mean,
Of
of
course.
course, I didn't like them after I heard about the scandal, especially against my favorite team, the Dodgers. It just was like, wow, that could have been our ring. But I mean, I feel like they're not cheating now and they're excelling. So it obviously wasn't much to them. They
Right.
still have great players. So and I've always been an Altuve fan. So
Me too.
yeah,
Yeah, as a fellow short guy, I could appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. It just goes to show they probably didn't need
they
that
probably didn't. Yeah.
the technology and whatever they did to benefit them.
Mhm.
But yeah, it'll be a good World Series.
They're still MLB players at the end of the day. So it
Exactly.
didn't much change. So
Yeah, I'm not as down on them as like a lot of people are.
yeah,
Uh,
it's crazy. It's crazy that the Astros and Red Sox were the two people that got caught cheating, but they're both in the ALCS right now. So
it
I mean, it obviously didn't matter. So
right. Yeah, these guys are getting paid millions of dollars to
yeah,
play baseball. Yeah, it's just a little unfortunate that these things happened in the first place. 'Cause
yeah. I didn't think it was necessary, and the punishment could have been the punishment seemed like a little slap on the wrist, but yeah, I feel like they didn't need to do it. I feel like it wasn't necessary, but they still doing good now. So
when would you have liked to see like more punishment handed down? You're saying you didn't think it was as severe?
yeah, yeah, it's just like I mean, I feel like I think they fined them like 5 million and then 2 draft picks or something like that. I think the world was just expecting a lot more for somebody cheating, like just cheating the whole game. But yeah, I mean, it could have been more, but I'm glad they're excelling now, though. I mean, I really like watching the Astros play, even though I have never been like a big fan of them, but I love watching Astros play. So
Yeah, they got a good team too. They got you know guys who can do it all. Correa, Bregman, Brandon
yeah,
Fire. He's a class act. Alvarez. They got a
yeah.
lot of
They got pitching too. They even got Verlander, who's just coming off of Tommy John surgery.
He
So
hasn't pitched this year too. Now that I think about it, imagine how good they would have been if how much better they would be if he was there.
it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. But it looks like one of your teams, yeah, will represent the NL. So
Yeah.
see if they play the Astros or the Red Sox. How about your dad though? How's he doing? How's he doing in life at this point?
He's good. He always finds a way to work, man. His work ethic drives me every day because it's just like he can't just sit in the house and just he probably might take a day off, but he won't take more than one day off. Like he'll wake up early in the morning. He will even call me at like 11 o'clock. I would be like sleep or something on a weekend. He'll just be like, half of the day almost gone and you haven't did anything yet. So it's just like,
A dad thing to do.
yeah. Yeah. So he always working with the community, trying to bring more African American players in the game and just working with people in the inner city, just like
Right.
always helping somebody. That's
Yeah.
what I really appreciate.
That's very noble of him too to do stuff like that.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's unfortunate that the African American um, percentage, the amount of players isn't that high. It should be higher in MLB.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, kudos to him for making that effort and trying to improve on that. Does he ever does he ever talk about how he made the final catch to end the World Series? I always think about that. Him making the final out of the '95 World Series. Does he like toot his own horn about that? Brag about that?
Nah, he would never brag about anything ever. So it's just like, I mean, like he might talk trash to me and just say like somebody might give me praise or something. I don't really I don't talk good about myself either. So it's just like he'll say, well, you haven't did anything yet, so you shouldn't even like keep your head up. Just keep working, because like every time he'll say, and then what? So it's just like, I mean, I committed to Georgia Tech. He was like, okay, but you're not in the league yet, so just keep working. You don't have to just don't get a big head about anything because you're not where you want to be. So I mean, he'll probably say, "Yeah, I played 17 years, so you got to." He wants me to be better than him, so he's like, we have a couple challenges around like challenges and goals that he wants me to hit, and what also I want to do too. So it's just like that. But yeah, we talked about the 95 out. He said that there was a lady that said, "I want the ball." It was a security lady that said, "I want the ball when you catch the last out before the game."
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, he gave it to her, I believe, and I think she still has it. Yeah, so
Wow. That's really nice of him.
yeah, so
I wouldn't have gave that up for
yeah, of
in like that'd be on my mantle, like in a glass kind of.
of course, yeah, yeah, but yeah, I heard, yeah, he gave it to her, so
Yeah, I mean that was well before you weren't even born yet. Yeah, that was well
no,
before you were born. But I just wonder if he tells stories about that, just kind of relives it, because that's a memorable thing that'll be with you the rest of your life.
yeah, that's probably my most seen. I've watched that video so many times. I've probably seen that video more than any video I've ever seen in my life.
I bet.
Just that one video. So
Yeah,
yeah,
pretty historic stuff. But no, that's good though that he's you're always being pushed and you're always trying to get better and not settling. And I feel like that's not just a lesson in baseball. That's just a lesson in any facet of life or any line of work.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, man, Marquise, it was a pleasure to have you on. I really enjoyed meeting you and talking sports and baseball and life. And yeah, I just wanted to wish you the best of luck in the future and hope you make it to the league and you have a great, long, prosperous career. But just want to thank you again for giving me a few minutes, man, and hope you have a good one.
yeah. You too, yes, sir. I appreciate you.
All right, have a good night.
You too.